Developing news from East Alabama tonight. A man from Anniston is accused of trying to hire men to kill his neighbor.
This is new video we've obtained of suspect Alan Morgan. Federal investigators say they went undercover posing as KKK members. That's when they say Morgan shared his murder plot with them.
Fox 6 News reporter Christy Hutchings has been following this story all afternoon. She's in the newsroom with more. Christy?
Well, Steve, Beth, we are learning more about Morgan. He is a veteran with the United States Army and did serve in Iraq. Since he's been back home, he has publicly spoke about his battles with PTSD, which is post-traumatic stress disorder. Now, we do know that he believed the man he was having killed raped his wife. That's when he tried to reach out to the KKK to carry out the plot.
You can stick it out and get here. You'd be on easy street.
That was an interview with Alan Wayne Morgan by the Tuscaloosa Veteran Affairs Medical Center in 2012. Morgan talked about his struggle with PTSD following his tour in Iraq and how music helps him cope with his problems. That was then. Fast forward to last Wednesday. According to court documents, that's when the FBI came in contact with Morgan. The agency says Morgan was looking for someone to kill his neighbor, who Morgan believed raped his wife a few days prior. During the first conversation, Morgan told the agents, who he believes were Ku Klux Klan members, he had just confronted his neighbor outside a house in Munford. Morgan excitedly told the agent that he shot at his neighbor several times in an attempt to intimidate him. There were 22 phone conversations, one of them which Morgan told them, quote, "I want this man hung from a tree like he is an animal. I want his expletive cut off, and I want him cut." Morgan goes on to say, "I want him hung from a tree and gutted and left him hung in that tree." Morgan told undercover agents he wanted his neighbor to die a slow and painful death. The plan was to meet Sunday at the Oxford Econo Lodge and talk about payment. Agents say Morgan told them because he was a disabled veteran, he couldn't pay them in cash, but did have a watch, a necklace, and a gun they could have instead. It was at this point Morgan was taken into federal custody. He now faces a murder for hire charge. He could also face possible hate crime charges. A much different picture than what we see here when he was talking about his music and getting help from the VA Medical Center.
You just know that there's programs like this one here.
Now, the reason we do not have a mugshot of Morgan is because he is in federal custody and the Department of Justice typically does not release those photos. Now, we did look into the neighbor that Morgan did want to have killed, and we did learn that he does have a prior record. In 2008, he was accused of raping a 13-year-old. He pled guilty to a lesser charge on that one, but that is how Morgan told these undercover agents how they could find a picture of his neighbor. He said for them, all they had to do was go to the Sex Offenders Registry website. In the newsroom, Christy Hutchings, Fox 6 News, on your side.